The Vietnam War saw some of the greatest war photography ever produced. Some of it was taken by photojournalist Tim Page. That's him here on the stretcher. He was wounded on 3 separate occasions, then once more by stepping on a landmine. He was declared dead, but wasn't, just very, very badly damaged.
I was DOA at that moment, declared DOA, and in the chopper, according to the nurse, she restarted my heart 3 times.
Now he's an elder statesman of photojournalism. He's here in Sydney with some colleagues, David Dare Parker, Michael Coyne, Jack Piconey, all photojournalists with an international reputation. Their exhibition, War, is a showcase of their work shot over many years. These photojournalists can look back to an era when film was king, to the new digital age that's muscled its way in. They can answer some of the questions posed on their profession by the digital age, such as why the Vietnam War produced so much good work compared with today's war coverage.
Vietnam was the first and the last in many ways. It's the first war with didn't have any censorship. It's the first colour war, first war of the freelancer. I mean, they existed before. First war basically of radio, definitely the first war of television. First war America lost. We'll never see those benchmarks again. We'll never see another war where the access to reality, to the truth, is so deep.
Photographs like these swayed public opinion, and the military learnt their lesson. Media was something to be controlled. Nowadays, most journalists and photojournalists are embedded.
It makes us at the behest and control of the military.
But there are other changes. Most of the big magazines and newspapers of the 1960s, 70s and 80s, which published photography like this, are gone, or a shadow of their former self.
Well, what's changed is that the magazines, as we know, they don't have the advertising anymore, so they don't have the budgets anymore. Digital's come in and the telephones have come in with cameras on them, so anybody can shoot a picture now. It may not be as good a quality, but they're still getting something.
And how good were those magazines in supporting great stories and photo spreads? Michael Coyne shot this work during the Iranian Revolution of 1979. The magazines which commissioned him paid for everything.
I could fly anywhere in the world, was expected to go anywhere in the world, was expected to come up with assignments, and they will pay for everything. I didn't have to ask any questions, just tell them when I was there.
These photographs were shot on film, but now speed is of the essence and most photographers have gone digital. But 2 issues of the digital age are the manipulation of images and the digital storage of images. Already, some historic shots have been lost as CDs and hard drives degrade.
That's scary. But, I back up. I burn 2 DVDs of every image I shoot. I have 2 hard drives. So I have to be pretty unlucky. But then, I'd send off negatives and they'd come back scratched, trying to process, overdevelop. I had similar problems with archive with traditional forms.
While digital storage worries everybody, a much bigger concern is truth in the image. 90 years ago, when Frank Hurley combined 3 negatives into 1 image to recreate the reality of a World War I battle, there was an outcry at the time. But now, digital manipulation is fast and easy and sometimes difficult to detect. Truths have been altered.
And yes, professional photojournalists and documentary photographers have done it. There have been cases, and it's a big philosophical can of worms. And the ones who have done it, they've often been dismissed immediately from their employment. The image was always considered a document of truth. I mean, that was one of the greatest calling cards of photojournalism, if you like, or documentary photography, that was considered a document of truth and a document of reality. But now that's definitely being questioned.
Look, that's probably more a concern with things like citizen journalism, that new phrase where an unverified or an image can be brought to have a lack of integrity. That's why you still need people like us.
The digital age has opened up a myriad of publishing venues, some of them online. often publishing unsubstantiated work. For ethical photojournalists, the future technologies and media platforms are something they will adapt to and work to its limits. They have to.
Some of the changes are fantastic. Some of the changes I wish they're not there. But what I like to do is I'm an image maker. I love taking pictures. It's my whole life, and I will keep changing with it, and it'll change tomorrow.
But in an era where instant gratification is everything, some just wish the new generation of photojournalists would take the time to hone their craft.
I mean, it's not simply just taking a picture of someone and putting it on a blog and writing several paragraphs.